Some students across the state are taking the STAAR exam this week. So this comes as the state is using a new evaluation method. The state will use a technology similar to CHATGPT to grade certain answers on this year's exam. Now, this is a focus of Keaton Peters' story in the Texas Tribune. He is joining us this afternoon for Insight. Keaton, thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, so the Texas Education Agency is rolling out this automatic scoring engine. How exactly will this score the STAAR test?
Yeah, so it'll be using natural language processing technology, which is similar to what's used to make AI chatbots, though this is definitely not any generative AI tech. It is going to basically assign a score based on the TEA rubric and then the programming that professionals have at the Texas Education Agency have built into this. And it's only doing this on the open-ended, written responses that there are more of on this year's STAAR test.
Okay, and how exactly was this scoring system developed?
Yeah, it was developed through a field testing process. So there are about 3,000 responses that first get double scored by humans to make sure that they agree and find that score. And then those are fed into the programming to give it a good sample size and recognize the different types of responses and then how many points they should receive based on the rubric.
And Keaton, what's the reason really behind this change, rolling out this new tech?
Yeah, so the STAR test was redesigned recently with a new version in 2023 that actually has 6 to 7 times more open-ended response questions than in previous years. That takes a lot more time and also a lot more money to score all of those. So I think that's the main reason the TA does expect to save anywhere from 15 to $20 million this year by rolling out the automatic system.
Okay, so with technology, we know that there are always some concerns of quality
Yeah.
control. So how will they tackle those concerns and ensure that there can be trust in this system?
Absolutely. There are measures to keep humans involved on different steps throughout this process. So, first off, the computer, when it scores a test, it gives a confidence rating. Basically, based on its programming, if it has a low confidence in the score that it gave, then that response is automatically routed to a human to double check. And also, if the response has words the computer doesn't recognize, say slang or words in a language other than English, then it sends those out to a real person as well. In total, the Texas Education Agency says that 25% of all responses are going to get rescored by a person to make sure that the computer is getting it right. And they're also going to be monitoring results each day just to see if things are on track.
And I read something in your article saying that if parents have concerns or questions and they want rescoring, do they have to pay a certain fee?
Yeah, it's a $50 fee to get something rescored. Now, that will be waived if the rescore, which is done by a person, comes up with a higher score than the original one. But if it's the same score, then they can't waive that fee.
Okay, and then lastly, can you just talk about how districts are reacting? I know that you spoke to districts across the state. How are they reacting to this new rollout?
Yeah, I'd say in general, there's a sense that it came as a surprise. And I talked to several people who were wishing that the rollout was either slower or there was more opportunity for educators and the public to give some input on this new system. Keep in mind that STAR test results are really important, of course, for students, but maybe even more so for campuses and school districts, where if they score low, then the state can actually impose more administrators on that district or campus, or even replace the elected school board in some cases. So it kind of impacted a lack of trust in the test and the process.
Okay, Keaton Peters from the Texas Tribune, thank you so much for your insight.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll be right back.